No, I'm not gonna keep opening that door. You either come up here and you can look out while I'm getting ready, or just go to the front seat. I don't care what you do. I'm not opening the frickin' door so that frickin' Arctic wind is blowing. Arctic wind is blowing through here. Frickin' fool. Gosh dang. Like I got stuff breaking through or breaking free on my throat. Dog's over here like, come on, open the door. I just opened the door. She went outside, was out there for like 30 seconds, and then she was like, it's fucking cold out here. So then she wanted to come back in. And it is cold. Like, if you're just sitting here, so I can't feel the wind right here with the back door open, so I should just move over here probably. I guess you guys can kind of see me, even though my computer's in the way. Like, with the back door open and the sun shining through, where you're not in the wind, it's actually not too bad. You know it's cold if Arizona, I'm wearing freaking tights. I am wearing tights. Which, like I said, it's not too bad if there was zero wind. And in fact, about an hour ago, there was no wind. Now it is freaking frigid. That wind is cold. I gotta clip my fingernails too. Friend, that wind is freezing. So I was, like this morning when I first woke up, which was 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. No, it's about 2 hours ago, I guess. What was it like? Yeah, it was about 2 hours ago. I went outside with just my t-shirt on and my shorts, and I was fine. And it was 38 degrees out at that time. Since then, now that the sun's come up, the actual temperature is up to 55. It just changed. It was 54 when last time I looked, so it's still getting a little bit warmer. I had to put my freaking puffy coat on. That's how cold it was. Freaking frigid out there. But that's okay. We're gonna. Is that updated? Yeah, it looks like it. It's like it is freezing out there. So I don't know how well this is gonna go. I'm actually gonna put you guys on this already. How am I already? I just went live and all of a sudden already I've dropped 10% on my battery. The heck? It's gonna be one of those days. We haven't been live 5 minutes and I dropped 10%. Nari, you were freaking ridiculous. Go. And now she's gonna complain because it's like she's sitting there at the door like, open the door. And I guarantee, and like, before I have my shoes put on, she's gonna be complaining because she wants back in because she's cold. It's like, freaking dog. I'm not gonna lie, it is cold. I have a long sleeve on, I have my running tights on, and I'm gonna wear a jacket as well because it is cold. Everywhere else, like in Montana, if it was 55 degrees out, freaking guys would be running around with no shirt on and shorts. Girls would be just shorts and like, you know, split shorts and a freaking and just a sports bra at 55 degrees. Here I'm like freaking running tights, long sleeve shirt, and a coat too. And I might even put a beanie on. I don't know. We'll see. I might even put a beanie on. Oh, by the way, we have not left here yet because pretty much everywhere from here all the way up into Montana was blizzard. So, in fact, Flagstaff got about, about 8 inches of snow. From what I saw up in Montana, they got like 8 to 10 inches of snow. So we decided to stay here, and it was horrible here. The Bradshaws got snow. I was watching the radar. The Bradshaws got snow just like, 3 miles that way. It rained here all day, so she's a little stir crazy. That's why she's being a little butthead. She's a little stir crazy because she didn't get to go do anything yesterday, which is not because of the weather, but I got a migraine. Woke up, took my pre-workout, which I have to be careful of the pre-workout. That's why I don't take it that often, because I think it has one of the things that triggers my migraines, but it's like, let's see here. Yeah, it has sucralose in it, which I can take a little bit of sucralose, but it builds up after time and it gives me a migraine. And I think that's what, or it could be, actually it could be stress. I'm not exactly sure what is going on. The reason why I say that is because I have these bumps on my left arm, almost like a heat rash, but it hasn't been hot. So I think it's like a stress. I think it truly is like a stress reaction. Gosh dang her. She made me open that back door, and I don't want to open this door now because it's freaking cold. Let's see, I need these gloves too. I'm definitely wearing gloves today, that's for sure. Yeah, she's out the door, outside just freaking out right now. Like, come on, it's cold, let me in. Oh, that wind. Like I said, an hour ago when it wasn't windy, it wasn't too bad out. My ankle hurts. What the hell is up with that? I'm walking around all day. Now all of a sudden I'm walking. My ankle is like, has a pain in it. Let's see, I'm just gonna put these right here for now. I think what we're gonna do is just our normal 10K route. So it'll be windy up on top of the ridge, but that's more than what I feel like doing today. So I'm going to count myself lucky. So I have potentially somebody to crew me. The girl that reached out and said she was willing to pace me for part of the race. It's a total badass, by the way. She doesn't have to worry about me like dropping her. That's for sure. I'm gonna get dropped by my pacer if anything. Anyways, she messaged me back and said that, do I have everything I need? I guess so. But she messaged me back and, yeah, I'm here. We're going up. She doesn't know what to do. She's so excited. Okay, let me change camera views here. Gosh dang, my ankle really hurts. What is up with that? I gotta put my gloves on, sorry. Oh. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Why does my ankle hurt? Like, freaking, I've been walking around whatever all day. Obviously, I didn't do anything yesterday. So I was laid up from a migraine, and then it started to just rain. It just like torrential downpour most of the day. And then at one point we had severe thunderstorm go overhead. There was like lightning and thunder, hail, everything. It was crazy. Yeah, when that wind's not blowing, I'm actually going to be too hot because it's 55 degrees out, but that wind is frigid. Oh, sorry, I'm dropping off my freaking Starlink going on itself right now. The smells are great though. Oh, you can see all the wash that was coming down on this road last night. Perfect signal. Why are you not doing anything? Yeah, see, now it's like running 5 megabytes. It's like, why are you trying to hold on like with your fingernails on a door jamb on the Wi-Fi when you could just switch to cell? But yeah, so I'm not gonna be moving fast today because it was a pretty bad migraine that I got yesterday, so I'm feeling it still. I got the old migraine hangover going on. But yeah, because of the way the weather is, that's why we decided to hang out here. And I'm probably going to be here for a couple more days to let the weather blow through, but we'll see. I might drive a little bit today or tonight. Because even if we got like 4 hours north of here, that would make driving the next day way more manageable. We'll see. I need to fill up my waters. Flagstaff, but like I said, Flagstaff got hit with tons of snow. So it's kind of when the water machine is outside, so if it's like 30 degrees outside, is it gonna work? I just don't know. Anyways, to go back to what I first was talking about, the girl that said she would face me messaged me back, and she was even like, I need to message her today, but she was like, said her husband could help crew. And I'm like, I need to talk to her a little bit about that, because if he's willing to crew, I mean, I'm down with it, but like, I gotta figure out what the work situation. They obviously have to work, or maybe they have one of those jobs, because I actually don't know what they do for work. One of those jobs where they can just take, some time or whatever. Because, I mean, at a minimum, you're talking probably 3 days. Like, I'd have to figure out how it would work. Because if they're truly going to crew, I'd want them to drive my vehicle. Or, you know, and then, but for the most part, Monday, I won't need them other than, like, I truly actually wouldn't need them. They could just come get my vehicle at some point on Monday. But potentially I could need it in the middle of the night. If she was going to pace me. I would almost rather that be that section. But it'd be nice to have somebody at the end too. From, say, Walnut Canyon on. But that would be a big section. I need to find out how far she'd be able to do. And then the other issue with him crewing me, which would be fine. I mean, they can make a family affair of it, bring the, well, the kids are probably in school. That's the other thing. It's like, how are you going to handle your kids in school? So I just need to talk to her. But I would say you can tell I'm feeling yesterday's migraine still. Oh man, like I can feel just the background head pounding still, like my heartbeat in my head. And it's not like I don't have a headache, it's just you can feel it. Oh, little hangover. It's like if I cough or I sneeze, I can feel it, you know, type of thing. Or bend over too fast, you can feel it. But it also just zaps me out. So this climb is killer. So I'll just have to talk to him and see. That'd be cool. Whoo, man. And the guys that he's working aid stations, and he messaged me and was like, hey, I saw your message, and you know, if you need, you know, I'm going to be at this aid station and this aid station, so if you want me to bring you anything, just let me know. He's an awesome dude. Inspiring too, and he's been actually doing pretty good this year for his racing. He's definitely a, you know, mid backpack type of guy, but anymore so am I. So when it comes to the longer stuff like this, I mean, this race, we're almost 2 weeks into, or 2 weeks away now. Like, I'll start my taper on Wednesday or Thursday next week, because usually a 10-day taper is about perfect for me. And this hasn't been the best train block anyway, so it's not like I really have anything to taper from. But views are looking pretty good today. Not as much dust since it rained and everything yesterday. Oh, you can see they got snow up there too. Whew, I wonder how much snow the Bradshaws have got. We'll find out as soon as we get to the top of this ridge. for those of you, for context, we're of Phoenix, and yes, we got snow. Well, I didn't get snow here, but I guarantee I saw the radar and it was snowing up on top of the Bradshaw. Prescott, which is only like, what, 20 miles that way, got hammered with snow. Sedona got hammered. Well, not down in Sedona itself, but it was torrential downpour in Sedona. But up on the rim, you know, just outside of Sedona got hammered. Flagstaff got hammered. Grand Canyon got hammered. Pretty much around here, anything above probably 6,000 feet, being just outside of Phoenix, got hammered with snow. It was cold. It wasn't just the storms that came through. The temperature just tanked down to, like this morning when I woke up, it was 36 degrees. The high yesterday only got up to, I want to say it was like 57, 58. And that was late morning before the storms hit hard. So like 10, 11 o'clock. Like yesterday when we woke up, it was 50 degrees. So it's not like it really heated up yesterday. It just got cold. Which is why my dog's a little butthead, because she was all cooped up. She wanted to go out one time, and I'm like, you're not going to want to go out there. I opened the door, and she just got blasted in the face with rain. She was like, oh, hell no. And she jumped up on the bed, and then she was giving me sass. She was like, well, if I can't go outside, open the back door. And I'm like, I can't open the back door because it's blasting freaking snow and rain and hail and everything. It's like, you just saw me open the other door. You think it's going to be different on that door? She just gave me sass, and finally she gave up, but whew. Well, we're almost to the top of the ridge. Not the top of the road on the ridge. Still has quite a bit. Hi, sweet girl. Still has quite a bit of climbing, but at least we're almost done with this climb. My dog's so happy. She's like, yes, we get to do stuff. Whew. I might be overdressed, but that's okay. Because I am sweating. Of course, I'm climbing too, but of course, the wind is behind me. If I turned face on, I'd probably be freezing. And the moisture and all that is probably mid-30s. Whew. Race plan still. I need to finalize it. Bradshaw's got going on. any snow that stuck. Like I said, it was definitely snowing up there, but it doesn't look like... Oh, no, there is some snow. I can see it sitting in the crevices of that peak. So it did stick a little bit last night. Oh yeah, I can see snow over there too. It doesn't look like it snowed that much though. Or at least not that much of it stuck to the ground. Whew. That's the first part of my course, is to climb up into them things from Black Canyon City. That's gonna be fun. The exact, it's like 11,000 feet of vert in the first 50K. And that's only the first 50K is to the top one of these peaks up here. It might be that one or the one over here. And I still have more climbing. Well, from there you pretty much drop down into Crown King, which is about mile 38, 39-ish. But then from Crown King you have to climb up over another mountain, which is 5,000–6,000 feet of vert. Until you drop down into Prescott. And then after Prescott, like, all the vert adds up, but there's not like any more massive climbs like that. I mean, you're still gonna be climbing. You have Mingus Mountain you have to go up and over, but you're talking that climb is less than 2,000 feet, so not too bad. And then climbing out of Sedona up on top of the rim, that climb is the same, about 2,000 feet at most. And then Mount Eldon, which everybody talks about how bad it sucks, but that climb is not too bad either. It's under 2,000. Well, I mean, it's at the very end, so it feels brutal, but and it's steep. That's Lane Mountain. So the aid station is just to the right of that, at the 50K mark. I could be wrong. It could be the mountain to the right of that. I'm pretty sure that's it. It's coming straight out of the north, so asked me a week ago, we were going to leave here yesterday, possibly even Thursday, I think, actually, but the weather just kept changing for the worse, so we moved it today. It's going to leave yesterday, and then I was going to leave today, but I checked the weather this morning. So that's why I said we're either going to leave probably tomorrow or the next day, but we'll see. Like I said, I could go, a few miles or a few hours today. Whew. Okay, let's keep going. My legs. Even though the rest of me is tired, my legs are like, let's go. Like, they don't feel tired at all. This morning all of a sudden I was like go through all my emails. I'm like, what is this freaking unread email I have from got into the website on my portal, they just waive. Like you're supposed to, it is due by April 15th, but they just waive the filing fee if you do it by April 15th. So I had to end up paying, I think it was $35 to file. I've already got my frickin' tax refund back, which is crazy. I still don't know my property tax refund. I never think I got. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see. I'm gonna have to get into my personal account, because that was just my business account. Let's check out and see. I did spend all day yesterday on the computer since I couldn't do anything else. Just working on things, and I played a little bit of the new RuneScape Dragon Slayer game. There's things about it, I like it. It's just, it does remind me a lot of like Valheim, Enshrouded, or whatever that game is. Like, it is definitely a combination of those two. But I'll take, I like Valheim way better, personally, but it's all good. But anyways, I was on the computer all day yesterday. I totally freaking like drained my batteries yesterday being on the computer. Like, I pretty much had every electronic thing on. So I put it through, because like in the morning I was getting full sun. I mean, right now I'm getting full sun, so I know it's charging pretty good. But so as long as I okay. But I know I was at least up to like 87% battery. By the time I got done last night, I was down to like 71. That's a lot of battery, because I have a lot of battery reserve. I was doing a bunch of like rough edits on videos too, so using that video card sucks down the power. Like, depending on what computer game, I'll have the same thing. But I mean, this is on my little Acer, so it's not even like I'm using my big computer. That's why I was just doing rough edits, because unless I have my big computer, it's harder to do. Like, it's not seriously powerful to really edit smoothly and quickly if you're doing like fine edits, but doing rough edits is okay. On my big computer, if I'm using the video card on that thing, it's like freaking sucking the juice. Like, my batteries would be dead right now if I was using that thing like I did yesterday. like with the winter storm or whatever, I would have been fine driving back. Like, that's not the issue. It's just the weather in Montana, everything would have been blocked in with snow, so it doesn't do me any good to go. You got it? Okay. Doesn't do me any good to go back there. So I won't be able to do any final training. So my last hard effort I'm gonna do, and I should be able to knock that out. Let's see. Oh, she found herself a puddle. Hopefully once we get down to the single track, the Black Canyon Trail proper, we'll be running into the wind, but hopefully it won't be so bad. Got out of the van, I'm like, what the hell? Why is it hurting? I'm a little worried that I'm going to get another migraine today, because sometimes they come in twos. Because my light sensitivity is a little worse than normal, but sometimes that can be from like the residual parts of it for a day, but even that, I think this is a little worse. I'm always a little worried about that. That's how I do. I was like 90% sure I was going to get a migraine yesterday anyways, because the day before, or at least the later in the day before, in the evening, I had quite a bit of light sensitivity. I don't think I mentioned it to you guys while we were out running, but I could definitely tell. That's why I was wearing the sunglasses even though it was almost sunset. I did that evening run the 2 nights ago. Down off this thing. I'm curious how, since it's a little bit of a cooler day, how many people are going to be out here. Because it's kind of a, you never know. A lot of people, because it is cooler, sometimes it can be more people out here. It's not as hot. Other times it's like, well, it's not that hot, it's cold, so we're not going to go. You never know.
All I know is pretty much all of us from Montana that are down here training for this thing are getting soft. I'm dressed like it's freaking 20 degrees out right now. And I saw a post yesterday. Kyla was like, even said that she was getting soft because she's up by Flagstaff and it was snowing, and she was like, I think we're gonna head down to Sedona to run. All soft, and then she got down to Sedona and it was torrential downpour. That's how I know it was torrential downpour down in Sedona itself. Rachel, how was Mississippi? You're probably wishing you were back down there after going back to Montana with the weather. Actually need to double check and make sure when her vet appointment is. I was thinking it was not this Monday, but the next Monday. In fact, I'm almost positive. But I better make sure. If it's this Monday, then I guess we're going to be leaving here tonight. And we'll just have to deal with it. Yeah. Well, it was. What did it get up to? 80. What was it? 89 or 90 here 3 days ago. I woke up today, and then yesterday, like I said, it was snowing all around us at the little bit higher elevations. Raining. Woke up today, it was 37. 36, something like that. So yeah, that was a big shock. I hear people driving down the roads through OHVs. I was originally going to be there. I was going to try and be back in Montana Friday night so that I could this weekend maybe push back into some backcountry stuff, but the weather did not cooperate. Oh, there's my dog. I was like, where'd my dog go? There she is. you don't wanna. Hey, you know, sometimes what you want doesn't matter. That's what I've discovered with my little butt head. Sometimes what I want doesn't matter. Actually, 90% of the time what I want doesn't matter. What nice thing about running down this is with the rain, torrential downpour we had yesterday, and the hail and stuff, that a lot of the rocky areas would wash all the dust off, so I'm actually getting way better traction than I have been last week on a lot of this rock. Speed demon out here. She keeps like slowing down, letting me go past her. And then she just goes forward past me. Whew. Looks amazing. How hot is it there? Currently it is 54 degrees, or at least it was when we left. It might be a little bit warmer than that, but that wind is frigid coming straight out of the north. So the real feel is mid-30s, I think. I mean, I'm wearing gloves and wearing my running tights. I got a freaking coat on. Although now that we're out of the wind, I'm starting to sweat, so it truly does feel like it's probably about 55 degrees, or you know, when you're not in the wind with this sun. But, I mean, it was 37 when I woke up today, and it's chilly, yeah. Well, and just to put it into context, I'm only one of the hottest places in the U.S. is Phoenix. Phoenix is only about 40 miles to the south of me. So if it's that cool, like, it snowed over on the mountains on the other side of this ridge. If you look off in the distance, those mountains over there, I can see snow on them. That doesn't look like it got snow, but so it was snowing. Although I don't think Phoenix actually got hit with the storms yesterday, because at least the bigger ones that were hitting here, I was watching the radar and it looked like they were just coming straight over the top of the mountains behind me, so they would have missed Phoenix. Well, the temperature probably still would have been pretty cold, but I mean, it was mid-90s in Phoenix a few days ago, so you know, to drop it was probably only got up to the 50s yesterday, so a 40-degree difference. That's all Fahrenheit. The end of the mountains over there. So that mountain top right there, it's hard for you guys to see, but there is a little bit of snow on top from yesterday, and that point is only like, you know, 30 miles outside of Phoenix. It's just nuts to be in the, you know, the middle to end of April and have snow. I mean, just have snow in Arizona is kind of crazy, even when you're talking the Flagstaff area. But even that close to Phoenix. Whew. Other than my butthead, she keeps me, well, I wouldn't even say she keeps me company. She never runs with me. She just does her own thing. Yeah, there ain't, especially this time of year, there's nobody that runs out here. We might see some bikers once we get onto the single track down here a little ways. But for the most part, you don't see anybody out here. Now this road, if the weather was nicer, since it's a weekend, probably some people on like side-by-sides or four-wheelers or whatever, they come up here quite a bit, but not a lot of people up here. Now, if we were to say January, February time frame, be way more people out here because you get a lot of snowbirds, people from Canada and northern US that come down here for a little bit warmer weather, even though it's still, I mean, you're talking, especially in this area, you're talking like, you know, 40s and 50s during that time frame. But there's a big race, a world-class race. I mean, it's on the world majors, world trail majors, I should say, scene on the single track down here. So you get a lot of people coming here to train. A a lot of elites and pros, as well as your middle of the pack type of trail runners here that come out here to train. So I see lots of people, and by lots I mean, you know, upwards of maybe, you know, 10 people, which to be out in the middle of nowhere like this is a lot of people. But all year round you get a lot of mountain bikers. There's actually a loop, a pretty famous loop, I don't know what it's called, but for mountain bikers that they do, you start in like Phoenix and then you go up into the Bradshaws and kind of loop around. I think you can actually go down to Nebraska and just kind of loop around and do whatever. It's like a couple 100-mile loop. And they camp, like they'll bike camp, you know, and do it in like 2 or 3 days. So you see quite a few mountain bikers out here. But I don't know, with the way the weather is, interesting to see if we see anybody out here. My guess is we probably will, but you never know. I don't even know what day it is. Is today Saturday? Is it Friday? I don't even know. Must be Saturday. If Rachel's on, it's Saturday. I love when I get fairly close to my dog, then she takes off like, oh shit, he's too close to me. I gotta be independent. Ha! You gotta be independent, huh? You silly girl. Which is hilarious because she's a Velcro dog. Like, her breed by nature is Velcro dog. And sometimes she truly is a Velcro dog. Like, if I leave her in the van and go inside or go to do, like last weekend when I was working, she had to stay in the van. But she was like right there, she could see me. And she would just lose her shit barking. Like, I know you're doing something fun without me. But then when we're out here on the trail, she's like, you're fine. I'll come find you every now and then. But if all of a sudden she gets too far ahead of me and then she realizes that she has no idea where I'm at, she'll freak out. But until she realizes, she could care less. But there is sometimes, like, I know, like when she all of a sudden doesn't know where I'm at, and I can tell she's trying to figure out where I'm at, then I'll have to like yell and wave my arms to get her attention so she can see where I'm at. Because otherwise she will just pick a trail and full send it, trying to look for me, and I can't keep up with her. She's running like freaking 3-minute miles. I can't keep up with that. Okay, keep up with her if she was doing a... Well, I probably could keep up if she was doing a 6-minute mile. Only for a mile, probably, at this point, because I haven't done a lot of speed work. Surprised. There's like a nice little couple camping spots over there. I'm surprised there's nobody out there. Of course, they might show up today now that the weather's getting a little bit nicer again. Like down here by tomorrow it's supposed to be hot again. So that's why I said we may or may not stay a couple more days. I mean, I'm getting bored of training down here. So it's like somebody recently drove down this. Those are fresh. And by fresh, I mean like really fresh. That's like this morning fresh. That has not been washed by the storm. Huh. I didn't see anybody though. Whew. Okay, well, we're almost to the single track. So if you do, the race I was talking about is the Black Canyon Ultra races. The 100K is on the World Trail Majors. It's also usually a golden ticket race for Western states. And then the 50K is on the World Trail Short Majors circuit. But for both courses, this would be about mile 16, 17, somewhere around there. At this intersection, it continues on this way to the third aid station, which is right over there at mile like 19 point something. So I guess it would be 17 something here. But we're heading backwards on the course now. My van is way up over there. We're about 3.5 miles away from it. So just a little over 5K. 100K, dang, yeah. Well, I mean, the race I have coming up in 2 weeks is 250 miles. So what is that, like 400K or something? That's my next race coming up. So. Where do you sleep? It depends. Because you're able to have crew. So for most people, they have a van like mine and they just get to an aid station and they'll sleep whatever. Your winners, they will be done in, roughly 3.5 days. And they sleep usually about, like the winner will sleep about 1.5 hours total. So they usually do like maybe 20 minutes the first night, maybe, I guess not 3.5 days, it'd be 2.5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like usually Wednesday evening is when they, I guess that'd be 2.5 days. The winners will win, will come in. So usually like the first night they sleep like 20 minutes, second night maybe an hour, or they might reverse that. Just depends on how they feel. Some will just push through until the second night and then just, do a full, 2-hour nap or whatever. And I just push the rest of the way. I'm just gonna go by feel. I don't have a plan on my sleep. The longest I've gone in a race was about 46 hours. So that would be like night number 2 for me to maybe get an hour of sleep. But we'll see how I feel. I mean, it's gonna take me over 3 days. Like, I'll be a full 3 days at least for my projection. If best case scenario, I'll be a full 3 days. Worst case scenario, probably 4 days. But I think that cutoff would be what, 5.5 days? Actually, I don't even know how many hours that is. We start Monday at like 5 in the morning or something, and we end, or the cutoff is Saturday at noon or Saturday at 11. I'm not sure this year. Somewhere around there. It's either 11 or 12 that they have the cutoff. Depends on when they have the start of the race. Because sometimes they have it like an hour later in the day. It just depends. But if I take all the way to Saturday, then I am not having a good race by any means. Sounds crazy, yeah. Us ultra runners are crazy. We have mental health issues. And I say that lightly, but it's actually true. There's my dog. Have some fun enjoying herself. Oh, she's gonna cut all the way across. Well, fine then. I'll have to meet her over on the other side. All right, come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. All right, come on. Come on. Nari. Thank you. I had to make sure I could tell, even though I should have been with the torrential downpour, not an issue, but the other night when I had a bathroom emergency, that's where she was kind of hanging out over there, and she has no problem rolling in human feces. It's one of her favorite things to do if she can find it. So I just needed to make sure that she wasn't going to do that. That's kind of over in the area where she was hanging out at. Although it should have been, like I said, it should have been washed away. You might ask yourself, why didn't you bury it? Well, it's like solid rock out here, so it's hard to do. Whew. Facts. And I can see more of the mountains here. You could definitely, I don't know if you guys could tell, but there's definitely snow on the exposed parts of the mountain there. So I start, if you follow that far ridge line right there, all the way down, that's where my start line is. My first aid station is somewhere like in between, on top, right up in there somewhere. It'd be like past that mountain, but up in there, that's at the 50K mark. Sweating. Oh. I smell cow poop. That doesn't excite me. That means there's probably cows up here. So somebody's not watching me on the big screen. If I see cows, her dog might lose her shit. Whew, man. This uphill today is just, it's very runnable. Like the most it gets is like 10-12% grade is all. But since I'm still recovering from a migraine yesterday, it is kicking my ass. Like my legs feel fine. And really, I'm not like too tired. I'm definitely tired because my heart rate skyrockets. But also, it's very uncomfortable when my heart rate gets up like that. I can feel it, just the background pounding in my head. I made it from home. You could have been running down there. That was your choice to be lazy down there. Eating things like crawfish boils and whatever else. It's a lot of work. Well, I know it is. For the little amount of meat that's in a crawfish, it's a lot of work. You have to eat like freaking 50 of them to get filled up. Why do you think they always have to shove tons of like potatoes and stuff in a freaking corn and stuff in a crawfish boil? Whew. Okay, well, the signal is going to start going in and out of it, but bear with me. We will get to the other side of this in a few minutes. I'm going to run as much of it as I can to try and push through as fast as I can. But this is also the steepest part out here. did you find to eat? Why you're telling me? That's concerning. She probably found a piece of poop or something. Probably coyote poop. Dried out coyote poop, if I had to guess. Huh. Oh, gotta let the heart rate recover because we gotta do one more push up here too. Because I'll be on this side of that little ridge. So we'll get signal. Once I get to the top of that though, we're good the rest of the way. Whoo, man. Highway. Well, I mean, two things. The way they have the height weight standards in the military are kind of crazy anyways. But, I mean, anymore, isn't it? Like if you score a certain score on the PT test, it doesn't really matter what your height weight is. I mean, I wish they had that way back in the day when that was my first couple of years in, because one of my battle buddies, he was definitely not overweight by any means. And he scored, back then it was the APFT, so he scored 300 plus every time on the APFT, but he could never pass height and weight because he was Native American, and just by genetics they have typically smaller neck sizes proportionally to the rest of their body, so he was always over. And this dude might have had maybe like 20% body fat. He was just a big dude, like bone structure wise. Plus he was super strong too. He worked at a freaking literally worked at a brick factory, so he was stacking bricks all day. Move, go. Gosh dang it. Freaking out of the way. Killing my momentum. It's like if you're gonna stop in a wide part, God. Right where the freaking narrows the most. Trying to get through a dead zone as fast as I can, and she's like, it's uphill. She's like, here, let me just stop right in your way so you can't get around me. Because if I stop, I'm not gonna be able to start again. excuse me. Oh. Oh, 540 is what you have to get. Still chewing on whatever you're chewing on. You're sicko. I guarantee it's a piece of poop. Oh. Oh, I gotta push again now. Looks like it might be a little too low on this side of the ridge. Maybe not. I can still see the cell tower, but only the top of my head can see it. Hold the camera up higher. That way it gets signal. I mean, once I get to right there, I know I have signal the rest of the way. Other than that one little ravine that we go back into, but that's only for like 20 seconds. I don't know as if I've ever, in my best fitness, would have ever scored a 540 on that a new task. Because well, yeah, because the deadlift mainly for me. Because if you're an ultra runner, you can, like, doing deadlifts is a good exercise, but if you have the bulk needed to max the frickin' deadlift, you ain't gonna be a good ultra runner. And then the other thing that would get me is the new push-ups. I could max the shit out of the old push-ups, but those new ones, the hand release things, there ain't no way I'm gonna go fast enough to max those. Everything else I'd probably be able to max. Whew. Okay, we should be good for signal now. The rest of the way. I just need to let my heart rate get back down. We start running. We're almost at a high point too. I'm gonna take my gloves off. For whatever reason, the wind is a lot warmer than it felt at the beginning. I'm getting pretty dang warm. It's still cold, but like my hands were like almost frostbite cold. We started with my gloves on, and now took my gloves off. My hands are a little bit cold, but they were starting to get really warm. Oh man. Whew. Okay, let's do this. Once we get to the high point, which is just a little ways up here, then it's just a nice rolling downhill the rest of the way. Oh, dog's trying to freaking take me out. Totally just tried to side swipe me and push me off the cactus. Dang, there's a couple of small little like Cessnas that are just circling above us, like where they just wondering what the hell, there's somebody out here running on a trail or what. It's like, why are you circling? Oh, I need to plug in. I'm gonna lose the phone. I'm gonna lose it. Gosh dang it. Okay, we're back. Although I completely redid everything, so now I gotta add everything. I forgot at the beginning. I should have kept an eye on it. Normally, this distance, my phone would have been fine being able to go this whole run, but I'm gonna leave the distance thing off because it's not gonna work since it restarted. Oops. Come on, you fucking thing. Put that on. There we go. I think that's everything. There. Okay, we should be back, ready to go. My phone completely shut down, so that's why it took forever for me to get it back up. It was like, as soon as I plugged it in, if I was like 20 seconds earlier, we would have been good, but as soon as I plugged it in is when the screen went black. I was like, no! Because like I said, if I was paying attention, I would have realized that. Because I didn't even have the phone live, but 5 minutes in it, I dropped 10%. So it's definitely one of those days where streaming is sucking more of the battery than normal. Hello again, yeah. It's hard, like I usually can keep a better eye on it because with the way the direction the sun is shining on me right now, it's making my screen darker, and then I'm wearing my sunglasses, which, so if I'm like glancing down at the screen, I can't even see the screen. So I have to like, that's why I keep stopping to read chat. Because I have to like stop, hold it out for a little ways. What I should have done is just plugged it in at the beginning, knowing that it was going to be sucking the battery as fast as it was. I don't know if it's just because it's colder or what. I have no idea. Whew. But then when I tried to read chat and I saw the screen was like almost black, like black when I held it out, I was like, oh crap, that means my battery's getting low. So then I took my sunglasses off to try and look and see what the battery level was at, and it said 1%, so I was like, oh shit. My network say it's unstable. There is nothing between me and the cell tower. It's straight in front of us. I guess I didn't like the fact that my I don't know why I'm getting, so I don't know if I was still live at that point, but all of a sudden I got a message saying that my network connection is unstable, and I'm like, why is my network connection unstable? There's nothing between me and the cell tower right there. Like, I have full bars of 5G sitting right here. So it's not my actual signal. So why is my network connection unstable? Which means that the cell tower is probably getting overloaded, and so they just start restricting certain people on the data side. And I guess I was the token chosen one. Because there's a major freeway that goes right by there. I mean, if I zoomed in, you could see the vehicles on the top over here. In fact, I will for you guys, just so you can see. See if I can zoom in. Give it a little uppy here. So you can see maybe you can see the cars? On the top of the rim there, that's the major freeway going between Phoenix and Flagstaff. So it's hard to see, but oh, see, now it's giving me an unstable connection again, even though I have full bars of 5G. Oh, here. So all the people in their four-wheelers and side-by-sides, OHVs, must have just taken a later morning, because here comes quite a few of them down the main road, which is just right down there. Why? I don't understand. Why am I the chosen one for the data stuff? Because I have great signal here. There was one right there. There was like 3 or 4 of them that just went by the other direction. Big old saguaro right there. Most famous cactus in probably the U.S. But I mean, it's what Arizona is known for. And they are protected. They are on the National Registry for Protection or whatever, which is weird because there's so many of them. But you're not even allowed to, like, if you were to chop one of those down, there's quite a few of them over there, but if you were to, like, even accidentally, like, take one out, like with let's say you got in a wreck or whatever and you took one out with your car, it's like a huge fine, like a $20,000 fine or something like that. You're allowed, like, say you bought a piece of land and you want to build a home on it, but you got tons of saguaros on the land. You can remove them, but you have to have like somebody who's licensed to do it, and it takes a long time. Like, I've seen the whole process. They basically have to carefully trace the roots, because the roots go out in this fan. They're really shallow, and they basically uncover all the roots, and then and that takes like a couple days to do. And then they have to carefully, like, somehow ball up the roots, like roll them up or whatever, and then you can remove it and then plant it somewhere else. But that's the must. You have to plant it somewhere else too. I don't know why this thing's having network issues now. It makes no sense. Whew. I guess the network really just didn't like me. Like my phone dying. Ever since I came back, it keeps dropping the network. And not the cell, it's not my cell signal. Like I have strong cell service right here. Can't get any stronger. This is the section where we never have issues. And now all of a sudden, we're having issues. Makes zero sense. Like, I don't get it. There is no reason why my data network should be unstable. Other than the fact that the cell company is on their other side of the cell tower is restricting me somehow. Because I just checked again, I have 5 bars of 5G. Can't get any stronger. But I'm looking at my data upload speeds and it is crap. No wonder it keeps giving me a signal or a message saying that my network connection is unstable. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. Stop complaining about it. It just sucks for you guys as viewers. Makes the experience way worse. Like I said, there's nothing between me and the cell tower. Cell tower's maybe 2 miles away that way. It's right there, you can see it up on the hill. Right there. It's actually probably not even 2 miles away. There's my van, for those of you that are wondering where my van is. It's way up there. That white speck. Right there. That's my van. Oh man. Nothing I can do about it, so we're just gonna run. Funny thing is if you have any other network, like, or any other cell provider here, you don't get any signal. Like, or you get a little bit, but it's crap. So, oh wow, the mountains up there, they got snow on them too. Of course, that's closer to Prescott, like right over the Prescott. So it makes sense because Prescott got hammered yesterday. Well, this little ravine, this is the one I was talking about that I usually do. Is it this one? No, there's another one after this this one I don't usually lose signal. But the way the thing's doing today, I probably will. The next one is the one I usually lose signal on. Like actual signal, I'm not talking network connectivity. I'm talking actual signal. Like I said, it's usually after like 20 seconds at the most. Yeah, Ninja, thanks for stopping by. We're almost done anyways. We got maybe another, I don't know, 5 minutes left on the run anyways. Well, I'll probably walk that last hill, which is like a little less than a quarter mile. Ooh, the clouds are starting to move in. That's not going to be good for charging my batteries. That guy has his freaking music blasting. Oh, you can't see him. I can hear them over there on the main road. Hell, I'd have to just run my vehicle for a little bit and get me some good charge, because I have big goals for today on the computer. I'm run out of battery if I don't do something. Like if it was, like I said, if it was gonna be sunny, it'd be fine. Because if it's the way as high as the sun is right now, if I have full sun, I can have everything turned on in my van and still be charging. But if it's cloudy like this, it's not charged that much. Well, that's nice. I'm not even back in the ravine yet, and I'm already losing data or losing my network. Now is usually, like I said, when I lose my cell service for about 20 seconds until I hop over to this other side, because it goes deep inside here. I don't know if you guys can still see, because the network's unstable. Funny thing is I can see the other cell tower from here too, which I thought for sure I did get signal from, but I must not. You're on Mount Helena. Why aren't you streaming? We could have done a collab where we're sharing chats and everything. Although I don't know how that works on if I'm doing like Prism, but I'd have to use my laptop, turn it on for my stream manager. Since I don't have my second phone and Wi-Fi. 50-degree weather. It's 50 degrees. What the hell? It's warmer up there than it is down here. I was watching Raptor play the new RuneScape game last night while I was playing it, and he was playing with BK, who's a Canadian, and they were just joking around, and they were like asking BK like, you know, how do you guys test to make sure you're talking to a true Canadian and stuff? And one of their jokes was, what temperature outside, or how do they put it, like if it's 10 degrees outside and they mean 10 degrees Celsius, would you be wearing shorts or not? And if their answer is yes, then you know they're a true Canadian. And I'm like, no, that's how it is in Montana too. In fact, if it's like, it could be 10 degrees outside and kids are going to school with like basketball shorts on. 10 degrees Fahrenheit, not 10 degrees Celsius. Gosh dang, there's a huge ass group of OHVs going by today, all most likely heading up to Crown King. I hope you guys can hear them, but that is a big group. You're probably talking like, I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 8. 9. 'There's got to be at least one more after that. There's 10. Oh, there's even more than that. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 of them. Oh, nope, there's another one, 19. The guy hanging towards the back. I hear even more of them too. So that's at least 20. And that sounds like probably 2 or 3 more hanging back a little bit further. Big group of them. So, who was it earlier? Ninja, I guess he left already, but he was asking, where's all the people? Well, they just went by. So that's what I was talking about. Sometimes it can be super busy out here with OHV traffic. Now those guys are obviously they're riding up to Crown King, which you might be like, why do they ride their OHV? Why don't they just drive up? It's a good question. Why wouldn't you just drive up? It's a rough road, but it's not that rough of a road. So if you're gonna be doing whatever on OHVs, it's like pick something more fun to do, you know, instead of just driving on a gravel road. Like, you can do that in your vehicle. Hi, sweet girl. She wants to do more, but no, we're not going further down the trail. We're going back up. Cool. Yeah. Now she's trying to get me to go further down the trail. She's like, come on. Okay, well, the van's up there. We're gonna just mosey our way up. Yeah, you're overheating at 50 degrees, and here I am. I wouldn't doubt it's probably as high as that sun is. It's probably 60 degrees out now. I'm freaking got a beanie on. I did take my gloves off, but I got running tights, a long sleeve shirt, and a jacket on. And I'm not like overheating, but I'm warm, I'm sweating. That's good, because I'd rather be too hot than too cold. And I need to make sure I have I don't lose everything I've gained by heat training down here for my race. But it's like, now that we're like 2 weeks out and they're still getting snow up here, it's kind of like it could go either way depending on what the weather does. Potentially, it's usually pretty freaking hot at the beginning of the race. Well, throughout the whole race, but mostly the first 100K, really. Easily the first 50K is usually the hottest part on the course. But the weather keeps up like this, it could be cold. If it's cold, that's not going to be good for me as far as being competitive. It'll be good for me to be able to finish the race. But if it's like, say, temperature of like today on race morning, then course records are going to be smashed. Let's put it that way. For sure. Because you got last year's winner is coming back this year because, as he said, you can easily run it 5 hours faster than I did. Or he said he thinks he could run it 5 hours faster than he did. On the women's side, well, on the guys' side, you have like 3 of the previous year's champions coming back. So, is it as competitive as last year? No. Last year's race was nuts. But you still have 3 of the last 5 champions coming back this year. As well as people that have won other races like the Moab 240 and long distance specialists internationally, you know, that'll be racing this year. But the women's side, holy cow. So last year's race focused on these top, what is it, 4 or 5 men that were, that's why it was so competitive, because those weren't even like all the competitive people. Those were just the highest profile. Well, what last year's race was for the men is this year for the women, and I'll bet you they're going to make a film off of this year, similar to like they did last year for the men's race. Probably this year for the women's race. I think somebody drove through here since we've been gone, because the puddle is that's right here. There's tracks and the puddle is dirty, which tells me that those aren't my tracks right there. So that tells me that somebody drove through here. I wonder if somebody drove through this morning and I didn't even notice. And that might be why there was those other tracks over on the other side. Whew. But yeah, I'm excited for the women's race. It's just too bad I won't be able to watch it. Because I'm pretty sure Leah Yangling's still racing, but maybe she's not. I haven't heard her name in conversation much. But I would guess and say she's running. And she's a long distance specialist. Mika Thus is coming back. And she would have won last year by a lot. She would have shattered the record if she didn't. She fell down and she thought she broke her jaw. So she actually had to leave the race course, go seek medical, to the hospital. And then when everything checked out, so she was gone off the course for 10 hours. And then she came back, entered the race course where she left it, and still ended up in second place. So that tells you how well she was running. So she's coming back. As well as a couple other top people, but then the big one is Courtney Dauwalter's racing this year. This is the person that pretty much sets a course record on every course that she runs. So it'll definitely be interesting. I'm just hoping I can stick with Courtney for at least a little bit of it. I want to have my Bryce Brooks moment where at the, what is it called? The Crown King Scramble, I want to say. She showed up and my battery's almost dead on my external battery pack. She showed up to race that, and he said I think he finally got passed by her around the 20, I don't know, I think he said 4 or 5 miles left to go that she passed him. And it was a highlight for him when she passed. It was so cool. I want to have that kind of moment. For me though, The only way it's probably going to happen is if I go out hard and then she passes. There we go. For some reason, every time I just open the door and it turns on my whatever thing, and then it tries to connect my phone, the mic, to my vehicle. And it's like, I don't even have the key in the ignition. Stop doing that. Whew. Okay, well, that's going to be it. Come here. Let me take this off of you. Yeah, let me take this off. Will you stop pulling against me? Ah, you weirdo. You are such a fool. Like, how can I pull that off if you're pushing against it, huh? Huh? Oh, get the scratchies. Stomping the feet. Stomping them feet. Arr. What do you got all over your face? I swear I smell poop. All right, come here. No, that's just dirt. I was like, you get into some poop? No, just dirt. Gosh dang it, my watch band, I need a new one. Like, you barely touch it and it pops loose. Like, none of the lower part here hooks onto anything anymore. It's just like this. It's not even the top two, it's one of the little Velcro tabs on it. There's like 6 of them and only one of them is working now. I'm gonna hang this up here, I think. Hope the wind doesn't blow it off. Whew. My eye still got a little bit of light sensitivity. I haven't had my follower account thing on forever. I've lost a sub and I've lost about 20 followers. That's nice. That's nice. I was at 274 a week ago, which means that people just followed so they could chat and then they unfollowed later. Or they got their account banned for whatever reason. Or they just deleted their account, because people do that a lot too. Now that that wind has died down, it's actually quite pleasant out here. I don't know why there's so many clouds though. It's a little crazy. But ooh, I'm gonna go sit in here for a little bit. My light sensitivity, even with my sunglasses on, is hurting. Oh, the sun. So we'll come out here and we'll sit down. We will plug this in here. There we go. Try and move that up like that. I'm actually going to throw a different shirt on because this one's all sweaty. So we'll grab this one. Oh, it's time to eat your breakfast? Okay, well, let me know if you want me to give you more. I can. I might just do it anyways. The shirt's dirty. I got a food stain on it. Yeah, Nari's looking at me like, what? Yeah, I'll get you more food. You're obviously gonna eat all of that because that's your leftovers from dinner last night. Yeah, your leftovers from dinner. There you go. There, now you got a full breakfast.
Yeah, now you got a full breakfast. Okay, eat your food. Ooh, he's bright on him, like freaking all whited out because of the sun. Oh. Need something to drink, but I don't really want sparkling water since it's so cold out. There we go. Could make just a liquid IV or something. Oh man. I don't know if you can tell, but I got all these little freaking bumps on my arm, which I have had like a heat rash before where it gets kind of blistery, and that's kind of what it feels like, but it hasn't been that hot. So I'm thinking it is some sort of like stress reaction, because I get eczema, and so you can have, what do they call it, urtica or something like that. You're susceptible to other type of stuff, so it's like basically like a stress rash, I guess you could say. But I don't know what that was. She was like eating, and then she just stopped and looked out the door. All done? Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, she ate the equivalent of a normal portion size, because I filled it back up, and she only had like about a third of a bowl left, and she still has about a little less than a little more than a third of a bowl left. So she ate her normal. That's good, because I just free feed her. She's fine. She doesn't overeat. Oh, my ear itches. Okay, it says it's 63 degrees out there now, so it is warming up. And it was, I gotta wait for it to rotate. It'll tell me how cold it got last night. $37. It was 37 degrees last night. So I couldn't remember what it was. 36, 38. I guess it makes sense. It was right in the middle. 37. And we are charging right now because the sun is out from behind the clouds. I can't see. At a side angle, so I can't see how much we're charging. My dog's off wandering around, which is fine. We are charging at, we're charging good. Considering that I have my laptop plugged in, my Starlink Mini is on, and we're still charging at 250 watts. So almost 20 amps. Just shy of 20 amps. That's pretty good. Because we're not even at the high point of the day yet for the sun. Pretty good. Do I need to charge this? Oh no, it's good.
I wonder why it was telling me that it was almost dead earlier. Fine. Okay, so we got that on. Okay, there's that. What you doing? Huh? All of a sudden you came running in like you had something to tell me. She's like, I'm leaving. Never mind. Never mind, it's not that important. You weirdo. Oh, what am I gonna have for lunch? What am I gonna have for lunch, huh? What am I gonna have for lunch? We're gonna be driving. I have enough deli meat for one more wrap. I want to use that when we're driving. I need to wash this water bottle. It is gross. Could have like some soup or something similar. Wow, if I'm like right here, look how like whited out I am. Oh, you want to come up? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. You fool. Yeah. You fools. What are you doing? Oh, you wanted to be part of the stream? Yeah, you want to talk to people? What does that look? You got your lip up there, weirdo. What are you doing? No, don't lick me. Gross. Gross. Oh, you want to get that side too? Okay. Thank you. That was very nice. That was very sweet of you. Okay, well, I guess that's going to be it. We're just going to relax. It is not quite lunchtime, even though I want lunch. We'll figure out what we're going to do. Probably some soup. Oh, you want back down now? You want back down? Okay. Go ahead. We'll go down. Weirdo. Now I gotta get a hold of Carmen. Figure out what the plan is gonna be there. I need to brush my teeth. I got some horrible plaque or whatever from breakfast this morning. I think going on with my teeth, but that is going to be it, I guess. We're calling it. I mean, officially, we've been live for, I don't know, what does this tell me? 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss something in chat. Nope. Here's what I don't get. Why I have it set to tell me on here. It should tell me when it's going to an ad break so I know when to talk to people.
it tells me on here, this is my stream manager. But it doesn't. I don't get it. Whatever. But it doesn't on there. I don't get it. Whatever. That's going to be it, everybody. Thank you for everybody who joined me today. If you are not following me on Twitch, please smash that follow button. If you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, please go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning, because I'm pretty sure we're probably going to be staying here tonight. And then we'll leave tomorrow. So that means I'm not going to get to Montana until Monday, but that's okay. I do need to check the weather again just to make sure, but yeah. What is the weather going to be here? The weather here is today. What? This says it's 46 currently. My thermometer says 62. The high today is supposed to be 63. And looks like rain. I did not know it was supposed to rain today. Oh, it's not a very, it's like 10% chance of rain is all. And then it's supposed to drop down to mid-30s again, and then tomorrow's supposed to get up into the 70s. So, it is 80% chance of rain and snow on Helena on Monday. That sucks. Then the rest of the week is supposed to be nice. So I guess I would, well, until the next weekend. Next weekend is supposed to be shitty. Oh well. So we're probably going to head back tomorrow. But that's going to be it. Thanks everybody for those of you that joined me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, or well, even maybe tonight, if depends on how it is, because she's probably going to need to do something. So we might do another 10K or 5K or something. But yeah, bye everyone, love you all, and I'll see you guys next time.